Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to play lightning fast octaves at the piano. Maybe you've seen pianists like Martha Argerich or Vladimir Horowitz just tearing through octaves like this. And you wonder, how do you get that sort of speed at the piano? Well, there are some great exercises that I can show you on how to develop that speed and accuracy when playing octaves or any really repeated chords at the piano. And that's what we're going to work on today. This is a great element of piano technique, and it's something that I really focus a lot on in my online course, petersonpianoacademy.com. Let's start with some basic exercises. Now, we want to remember that when we're playing octaves, the motion is coming from the wrist. That's what gives us the speed, this sort of motion. The arm is staying still, but I'm moving from the wrist like this. And pretty much everyone with a little bit of practice maybe can do this motion without any problem. The trick is to stay relaxed while doing it and transfer that to the piano keyboard. So the first thing we're going to do is to start just with individual notes and practice doing this. Using a high wrist, staying nice and relaxed, and just attacking the key from above with a good wrist motion. And if you want, you can go up the piano keyboard like this. And once you've got that working really well, keep the same relaxation and the same motion and switch to playing octaves like this, okay? So far, so good, no problem. Anytime you start to feel tension or you start to get tired, take a little break. It's important, especially at the beginning, to really program in a sense of relaxation. And this is especially important when you're playing octaves for extended periods of time at the piano. Okay, so now that we've got that, we're going to add some different rhythms to that to help build up the speed. And the first one is going to sound like this. Okay, we play and we relax. In between every group, we relax the hands. It helps to make some little circles from the wrist. Okay, and so forth. You can go up and down the scale, again, really thinking about the relaxation. And then the next step after that is to add one more note in between, a triplet. Da-da-da-da-dum. I can go up and down the scale, and I've already started to get a good deal of speed into that. And now I can add in the motion up the scale in that fast rhythm. So let's take this rhythm, but instead of staying on the same note, we're going to go up. We're going to go and back down again. Okay, so we're taking the same rhythm, we're just moving it up the piano keyboard. So once you've got that going, you can do the triplet rhythm as well, and back down. Always taking the opportunity on the long notes to really relax the hand, and back down. So that's a basic principle that you can use to start getting some speed and accuracy into your playing with the octaves. Now, another thing that you can do is practice playing scales in a long, short rhythm. So long, short, 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 long, long, short, long. And then the other way around, short, long, short, long. And relaxing on the long notes. You do that over and over again, really work on it, that you'll start to notice a big difference in the speed and accuracy of your playing. Now, a couple extra tips. One of the things that I think is very important is to always be sure that the motion is as minimal as possible. Small motions we can do very quickly, but big motions are hard to speed up. So when I'm playing these octaves, I often like to practice slowly and just make sure that I'm making the absolute minimum amount of motion possible. So when I go from this key to this key, for example, I don't want to be going forward and back on the keyboard. I want to be going immediately to the next one without any extraneous movements in my hands or my fingers. And this becomes especially important when I'm playing scales on the black keys with octaves. So when I'm going like this, then I find it very important to be sure that my motion between the white key and the black key is as minimal as possible. And that's why when playing octaves involving the black keys, I often use the fourth finger on the black key. You'll notice when I use the fourth finger here, the motion is much smaller than if I'm leaping 5, 5, 5 everywhere on the top. So 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, and so on. That keeps things much easier and much more minimal in terms of motion. In the extended version of this video, I'll show you some additional even more difficult exercises that you can try to really whip those octaves into shape. So check out petersonpianoacademy.com. You'll find information and tutorials for pianists of all levels, from beginners to advanced, all arranged step by step in a logical progression so you can really take your piano skills to the next level. That's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you again next time.